so.
Okay, you guys right here?
This nigga just slapped me with money on the dead homies, bro. That's not cool, bro.
Get in there!
This is the story of the celebrity boxing match that had 3 of the greatest fighters alive sitting ringside and left the entire internet asking the same question: what did we just watch? On August 15, 2026, Floyd Mayweather, Terence Crawford, and Shakur Stevenson were all in the same arena in Atlanta, and they sat there and watched Ray J box Orlando Brown on the Zeus Network. 3 world champions, Ray J, Orlando Brown, and a fight that Parade said left the internet declaring, and I'm quoting directly, "That was not boxing." Now, Ray J won by unanimous decision, 30-26, 29-27, 29-27. Nobody is disputing the scorecards. He took the W, but the clips didn't go viral because of the boxing. They went viral because of what happened before the fight even started, a moment involving a stack of cash that pulled in over 1 million views on its own. And what happened 3 months earlier, in a completely different ring, is the part that probably should have stopped this whole thing before it began. So let's get into it.
You know, my health is not okay. So I thank everybody for supporting and praying for me through the health and through everything. I've been in the hospital, but thank you to my mom, Brandy, and my dad.
To understand why any of this happened, you have to understand who these 2 people are. Ray J is William Ray Norwood Jr., 45 years old, singer, TV personality, and yes, Brandy's younger brother. And his relationship with the Zeus Network goes back years. He starred in a Zeus show called The Conversation in 2020 with his then-wife, Princess Love. And as of 2025, he's hosting a Zeus dating show called Love Cabin. So Ray J is not some outsider who wandered onto Zeus. He is a Zeus collaborator. Remember that. It matters later. His personal life has been turbulent. He and Princess Love, married in 2016, have 2 kids and have filed for divorce multiple times. In late 2025, he was arrested following an incident involving a live stream. And in early 2026, he publicly revealed serious heart problems, saying his heart was functioning at a reduced capacity, that he thought he almost died, and that he wasn't sure he'd make it past 2027. And here's the part that makes this whole story wild. In May 2026, just 3 months before the Orlando Brown fight, Ray J stepped into a celebrity MMA cage against a man named Super Hot Fire. He was knocked out, he was hospitalized, and then, 3 months later, he looked at a Zeus Network boxing offer and said yes. Let me make sure y'all caught that. This man said his heart isn't working right, got knocked out and hospitalized in an MMA fight in May, and then signed up to get punched again in August. I don't know if that's brave or something else entirely, but it is very Ray J. Now, Orlando Brown. Because this is not a simple story either. Orlando Brown is 38 years old. He played Eddie Thomas on Disney Channel's That's So Raven, one of the most beloved kids shows of the early 2000s. And in the years since, he has faced well-documented struggles with addiction and his mental health, hospitalizations, public incidents, difficult moments that played out in front of everybody. That's established public record. And I'm not going to make a joke out of any of it. Because here's the thing, going into this fight, Orlando Brown was, by many accounts, in a better place than he'd been in years. Reports said he had reached sobriety again, he had opened a fried chicken restaurant, he showed up to the Atlanta press events in a suit, he did the promotion. He took this seriously. Orlando Brown is not a punchline in this story. He's a man who has had a hard run, and who came to this fight prepared. The fight itself just happened to be not serious.
Okay, you guys right here?
This nigga just slapped me with money on the dead homies, bro. That's not cool, bro. You lucky I let that slide, bro.
So the build-up to this fight started months earlier, and Orlando Brown came to it with some very specific ammunition. He spent weeks mocking Ray J by calling him Brandy's brother, using his famous sister to diminish him. He accused Ray J of letting him smoke marijuana 13 years old, back when they knew each other as kids in the entertainment world. Ray J denied that, and through most of it, Ray J stayed calm. He laughed a lot of it off. Now, calling Ray J Brandy's brother is genuinely disrespectful. Ray J has had his own career. One Wish, Sexy Can I, the Love and Hip Hop era, the whole Zeus run. That's a man with his own resume. But Orlando Brown was committed to the bit. He showed up every single time ready to go. And then at one press conference, he decided words weren't enough. And here is the moment that broke the internet before the fight even happened. At a Zeus Network press conference at State Farm Arena in Atlanta, the 2 men were posing for photos when Orlando Brown took a wad of cash and slapped Ray J directly in the face with it. And Ray J's reaction, on camera, was immediate. He said, "This man just slapped me with money. That's not cool, bro. You're lucky I let that slide, bro." He laughed it off. At a later press conference, he did stand up and step toward Brown, and security had to step in. But the cash slap clip, that thing took off. Per Hip Hop Vibe, it pulled in more than 1.1 million million views. It became the defining image of the entire feud. Orlando Brown, cash in hand, slapping Ray J across the face with it. Now wait, I need y'all to sit with this for a second. Orlando Brown slapped Ray J with money in a suit at a press conference on Zeus Network property, and Ray J's response was to laugh and say, "You're lucky I let that slide." Baby, that is a man who understands the assignment. He knew the cameras were rolling. He knew that clip was going to be everywhere. He let it cook, and it worked, because now we're all here talking about it. Fast forward to August 15. State Farm Arena, Atlanta. The fight actually happens.
Man, that was a good one.
Come on, Orlando, get some blows in there.
Another short right.
It was part of the Zeus Celebrity Showdown, attached to a professional boxing card headlined by Claressa Shields versus Kay Scott. The celebrity undercard streamed live on the Zeus Network. 3 rounds, and Ray J won by unanimous decision, 30-26, 29-27, 29-27. In the first round, Ray J was credited with a knockdown when Orlando Brown's glove touched the canvas. Now, I want to be accurate here. That wasn't from a devastating punch. Brown's glove just touched down, but it counted. And the fight itself, Forbes said, it wasn't pretty and it was more comedy than competition. The internet said that was not boxing. Fans called it a whole circus and a sideshow. There was a lot of clinching, a lot of slow punches, a lot of tangling up. The crowd that came to see Claressa Shields, a real world champion, got a preview act that looked like 2 people who had never sparred before in their lives. But Ray J landed the cleaner shots early. He controlled what little action there was, and he won. That is the factual record. And Floyd Mayweather, Terence Crawford, and Shakur Stevenson watched the entire thing from ringside.
Randy, how proud of you are. How proud are you?
So proud.
Yeah?
I mean, he did really good.
Do you want to see him keep doing that? Or are we done?
But the most human moment of the entire night didn't happen in the ring. Brandy was there, ringside, watching her little brother box. And after the fight, she talked to Fight Hype. She said she was so proud. I mean, he did really good. And then they asked her if she wants to see Ray J fight again. And she quickly responded, no. That one word, no, from the sister who just watched him win, is the most human moment in this entire story, because Brandy knows what everybody watching knows. This is a man with a serious heart condition who got knocked out in an MMA fight 3 months ago, who probably should not be getting hit in the head for sport. She said no, immediately, no hesitation. That is love and terror at the exact same time. And honestly, I respect her for it. And now here's what gets me about Zeus Network's role in all of this. Zeus produced and streamed this fight. They produced the build-up, they produced the press conferences. That cash slap moment that pulled 1 million views, that happened at a Zeus press event. Every single piece of this was a Zeus product. And remember what I told you earlier, Ray J isn't an enemy of Zeus. He's a collaborator. He hosts their dating show Love Cabin, which launched in October 2025 with a $100,000 prize. He's been in their orbit for years. Zeus even featured Orlando Brown before on their reality show Bad Boys Texas back in 2023. Zeus Network has built an entire business on turning celebrity conflict into content. The cash slap was at a Zeus event. The fight was a Zeus production, and those viral clips spread the Zeus name to people who had never heard of it. That is the business model, and it works. And this is the part nobody wants to say out loud, but everybody knows. Zeus Network understands exactly what it's selling. It's not boxing, it's spectacle. They put Orlando Brown and Ray J in a ring in Atlanta, streamed it on their app, and got the kind of attention most platforms spend millions trying to manufacture. Whether or not you think this should be entertainment, it is entertainment. And Ray J, specifically, is very good at being the person at the center of it. So here's what I actually think about all of this. Ray J won. He won a fight he probably shouldn't have taken. 3 months after a hospitalization, he probably should have recovered from longer, at 45 years old, on a platform that understands exactly how to turn his personal chaos into content. And I'm not even mad at him for it, because here's the thing about Ray J. This man keeps showing up. He gets knocked out, he gets back in, he got slapped with cash at a press conference and turned it into a headline. He had world champions sitting ringside, and he went out there, threw his slow punches for 3 rounds, and raised his hands at the end. That's not spite. That's just who Ray J is. And Orlando Brown showed up too. He came sober, he opened a restaurant, he put on a suit for the press conference. He didn't win, but he showed up. And in a life that has been publicly, painfully difficult, showing up matters. The fight was not boxing. The internet was right about that. But it was 2 real people doing something hard, in front of a lot of cameras, for reasons that make sense to them, even if they don't make sense to us. And Zeus Network produced all of it, and made money on every second. That's the whole story. A cash slap that went more viral than the fight. A win that looked like a draw between 2 people who'd never boxed. 3 legends watching in silence, and a sister ringside who said no the second they asked if she'd do it again. That no might be the most honest review anybody gave the entire night. So I want to know what y'all think. Do you think Ray J genuinely loves boxing? Or is this all just part of the Zeus Network content machine? And does it even matter which one it is? And if Zeus calls with another offer, do you think Ray J says yes again? And be honest, would you watch? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.